Success could mean something else for you. It could mean something else for me. I feel like despite everything that I've materially achieved, I have probably not achieved the one thing that I believe I was here to do. The reason why a lot of people are fed up right now with the 9 to 5 life, because they are in jobs that they're not happy and they expect that those jobs will pay the bills. But after a while, you find you're in this matrix, it becomes stoic, and you have nowhere else to go to. As a very ambitious immigrant woman who has always strived to achieve success in its highest caliber within the corporate 9 to 5 life, I'm often very curious. And my curiosity has led me down a rabbit hole, especially now that I have time to think about the things that I did right, the things that could have changed, and what I want. I'm like taking stock. I'm at the point in my life where I've done so much, and I've gotten to this age of 40, and I have taken a step back, or I have been helped due to some mishaps to take a step back, look at the past, look at where I am, and see exactly where I want to go to. Honestly, that if your God-given purpose has not been achieved, then you'll always be restless. And I think that that's what my problem has been. Exactly 1 week today, I sat on this chair on a Friday when I woke up from bed, and I realized that morning my pillow was unusually more soaked with tears. And this was something that I'd been dealing with. If you're a mother, you'll understand that you wake up, you've had a bad time, and you literally cry yourself to sleep because you have to always be strong for everybody else but yourself. And that was no different of 1 week ago. But I went into the toilet, I cleaned myself, got up bubbly, got the kids ready for school, dropped them off, and I was determined that I would not die in silence anymore. I knew that I could not speak to anybody at home because they'll say the same thing of, oh my God, how can you feel like you're a failure? You've got this, that, but there was still this void. And I decided that the best outlet was to meet people I didn't know and share my story. One, because I knew that what I was going through could never only be me experiencing a period like this. It's not like I wanted sympathy. I just wanted to connect to like-minded people, get a place where I can pour my heart and start dishing out all the lessons that I've learned, as opposed to sitting down and thinking about all the wrong moves, some regrets, some success, and leave this world with all that knowledge while somebody down there could really do with it. And that's why I started this channel. I was imagining that if I could get at least 5 people to watch each of the 4 parts that I did, it just meant that at least my time was put into good use. And at least that time where I'll be looking at paint and waiting for paint to dry, 5 people or 20 people would have read it and it would have impacted them. That's a big number. And that was it. I did not imagine in a week. Today we are exactly the same time when I started recording these videos. I did not imagine that I'll have the amount of feedback, the amount of messages, literally everywhere. Instagram, my Gmail, being followed everywhere, my community. And quickly I realized that this was not just my diary that I was pouring out. I have found a community, a virtual community of like-minded people. And honestly, I did not even think that way. I was just airing my mind, and I was hoping that nobody I knew watched it. What a mistake. People from the past have reached out to me saying, please, I'm here. I'm going through the same. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. Thank you. It's very clear that as a community, when I talk about community, I feel like the immigrant community abroad, both in the US and the UK, we are one. It's the same philosophy everywhere. We need direction. We need support. We need love. We need knowledge. We need a network. We need to love each other first. We need to be each other's keeper. We need to show compassion. We need to stop being malicious. We need to be able to have a shoulder to cry on. And it's so obvious that I've received emails from Jamaica, from people moving to South Africa, actually even within Africa, and it's torn my heart. I will be reading one comment every time I do a video, a comment that touched me at the end of the video. And I just want to say thank you. I told you guys in the past, in part 4, that I will respond and I'll take the direction of my next video based on the way people respond to the videos, if anybody did. And it's clear. I grouped most of the comments in 4 so that it's not repetitive. And the first thing that most people said was, oh God, I feel the same. Those who are saying that, I am sorry. I am truly sorry. And I did not really bring this channel for pity, for us to like a place for melancholy. It was a place to uplift. And that's why I'm going to not only just tell my story, because that's what I know how to do, to tell my story, to ease myself. This is my therapy. But to also find a way where there is a sweet spot where while I'm telling a story, there's something you have to learn from it. And just bearing that in mind, if you are going through similar, I know that it's like cliche, you are not alone. But the difference I'll say is that there is a way out. And although I look lost, like a failure, I think I have seen the light. And behind, I said in the last video, that behind every cloud is a silver lining. And every day you sleep and wake up, you've gained knowledge, you've gained age. And there's this very nice saying about age, which I'm going to share. And it says that, for there is assuredly nothing clearer to a man than wisdom. And though age takes away all, it undoubtedly brings us that, and that's wisdom. So getting older just means that you are wiser. And every day that you learn something while you're still breathing is a chance for you to change your life. And that's the most asked, that's the most comment. The other thing that people have said to me is, please, you look like a successful woman. All I see is a strong woman. All I see is a successful woman. That just, you might not believe this. And again, when I see people say these things, I don't really, till you experience a dark place and somebody tells you not to worry. When you see no way out, when you look at the sky, although there's no clouds, all you can see are clouds. You cannot see a blue, clear sky, or you just see a dark tunnel and you're only thinking about the issues. That is exactly how I felt. But after reading your messages, honestly, I started thinking that, of course, I'm being hard on myself. But the thing that I want to say, and I don't want to burst your bubbles or make you feel like I'm not appreciative. But when we talk about saying I'm a successful woman, do you know the definition of success? The meaning of success, let's say you've done a project and it's been successful. It means that that project the aim of the project has been accomplished, or you have completed what your aim was. Let me tell you guys why I disagree. I might appear to have accomplished the things that we expect, or the things that are classed as an accomplished person, but I want to tell you guys honestly that if your God-given purpose has not been achieved, then you'll always be restless. And I think that that's what my problem has been. My problem has been that although I keep climbing up, getting to one thing after the next in the 9-to-5 corporate life, which I thought was my aim, to make money, live comfortably, that clearly doesn't define success to me. That's why I'm saying success is very subjective to how you're looking at success and who is looking at success. Success could mean something else for you. It could mean something else for me. I feel like despite everything that I've materially achieved, I have probably not achieved the one thing that I believe I was here to do. And because I always believe that my goal in life had not been reached because I had not done the one, I'll say two, three things that I will get up every morning and do with a smile. That's why it's important very early on not to slave for anybody, but for yourself, for the thing that brings you happiness. And that's the reason why a lot of people are fed up right now with the 9 to 5 life, because they are in jobs that they're not happy and they expect that those jobs will pay the bills. But after a while, you find you're in this matrix, it becomes stoic, and you have nowhere else to go to. For me, as a very ambitious immigrant woman who has always strived to achieve success in its highest caliber within the corporate 9 to 5 life, I'm often very curious. And my curiosity has led me down a rabbit hole, especially now that I have time to think about the things that I did right, the things that could have changed, and what I want. I'm like taking stock. I'm at the point in my life where I have done so much and I've gotten to this age of 40 and I have taken a step back, or I have been helped due to some mishaps to take a step back, look at the past, look at where I am, and see exactly where I want to go to. The other class of comments was directed at my partner, calling him all sorts. And I knew that once you put yourself out here, people will be critical, but it's unfortunate that we kind of always speak on those who cannot have a voice to say exactly what they're going through or what the full story is. And I'll talk about that because before opening this platform, although I did not know that this is how it will turn out, I knew that I had to be honest. And that's why I keep saying, I hope that nobody who means something to me sees this. The chances of that is very slim. And I know I'm not being naive, but I owe you guys that, and I'm going to share as well subsequent videos more about my relationship, and that is something that I'll be very transparent about. It might rub some people off, yes. And the other comment I had was, how would I do things different? A lot of comments from people who have just come to this country, and I'll share all of that. But I promised to read a comment that really touched me, and I'm going to do that. This comment was one of the first I read. Hello, Lulu, my namesake. Sending you lots of love and hugs. And honestly, no one can actually feel what you are going through completely. I don't know if this helps, but I don't see a failure. I see a very strong-willed woman, very courageous enough to share her story. I'm always on YouTube, almost every day, but I don't subscribe to anyone ever. But your story screams of sincerity, and I'm really moved to want to know more of your story. Sending lots of love and hugs, and praying the YouTube algorithm favors your videos. Oka for Lucy. When I saw this video, I was sat in the car doing mommy duties, waiting for my son in football, and I just burst out crying. I said, look at me, silly woman. I've had a very difficult summer, mostly in hospital, different time. And I decided to do my eyes to look pretty just because it was easy to get up and go. And I'm now trying to smudge it all off, and I said, don't be soft. And honestly, thank you so much, Lucy. And I'll be reading more comments in subsequent videos. Thank you again. And I'll see you in my next video.